You guys ended up getting 4 points on a pretty difficult 3-4. How did you assess your team's play last week?
Yeah, I think if you looked at the week, 2 of them on the road, playing really good teams, really tight turnaround, kind of a short lineup right now. You take 4. You get the first 4, you want 6. And the crazy thing is Saturday was probably our best game. And that's hockey. That's just sometimes the way it rolls. So, it was a really gutty, gritty, hard-fought win on Wednesday, that Friday. It was kind of our offense and Devin Levi that kind of got us that win. See 5 goals against a goalie like Hildeby is not easy to do. And then we did a lot of good things. I mean, we gave up very few 5-on-5 scoring chances. Gave up a few too many big ones on Saturday. But, down 2-0. We're not built to be a physically intimidating team, but we play hard and we believe in each other. We stand up for each other. And down 2-0, we get that next shift after getting scored on. Kozak, Slaggert, Fiddler Schultz go out there, deliver a puck to the net, stop hard on the net. Scrum breaks out and Slags and Cozy fight. And, next thing you know, 6-7 minutes later, it's tied 2-2. And that's winning hockey. And it's just great to see guys continue to step up for each other and stand up for each other.
And then even continuing on that, they score on kind of a weird play where a guy is ran into Karski, they count the goal, 20 seconds later you guys come right back. And what does that say about the resilience?
Yeah, we've built a lot of resilience. We've went through a lot of adversity. Some of it self-inflicted, some of it just happens. But this group definitely is playing for each other, and you can feel that in those moments. The fight to get us back and give us energy to climb back. Especially you're in a 3-4, they're not. You played it last night at 7. You're playing at 1 in the afternoon. That's hard. And so, and then Jobst and Prow and Cozy and Mercy team up for just a beautiful goal. To get that tied. And even when they went up 4-3 early in the third, we had 5 great looks to tie that 4-4 before they got that last one that kind of sealed it away.
You were talking about some lineup depletions, if you will, a couple of absences. Riley Stillman's been out, and Justin Richards, he's out. Is there nothing on those two?
Richie's out, I'd say day to day. He missed Saturday. Warmed up, tried to go, just wasn't able to go. Stillman's out, lower body, week to week, I'd say right now. We'll see where it plays out, but it's probably longer term than not. So, which is unfortunate news because he's a massive piece of our group and our decor, and he's also playing the best hockey of the year by a mile. Like his game, his growth in his game this year, we're going to miss him.
He's one of the most experienced blue liners on your team. The one with the most games is Ethan Proud. On Saturday, it was his 400th game in the AHL. Friday, we were talking about Mercy's milestone. What else Proud meant to the Mariners?
Oh, everything that, I say about Mercy, you could put into Proud too, right? It's, Mercy's the captain of the team. Prow's the captain of the decor. Ethan Prow he'd arguably be right at the top of the toughest players I've ever coached. And I know it seems odd because he's more of a power play, puck moving defenseman. He's undersized a bit, but what he's played through, that's real toughness. Like being a big guy and hitting people, it doesn't mean that's not tough, but being a smaller guy and getting punished on the forecheck like he does so many nights, and the injuries he's played through, his knee being drained of fluid multiple times in the playoffs last year and still continuing to play, how many shots he blocks, how much he sells out for that type of winning stuff. I mean, he's just an ultimate winner and a great human and a great teammate.
One of your lines that produced some points last week, you kind of together now for parts of 4 games. Brandon Byro, Victor Neuchef, Graham Slager. Kind of unique line in the case of Slags. He's getting some meaningful minutes. What have you seen in this trio that's keeping them together?
Well, we've talked a lot about Neuchef, how second half of the year, after he made some strong adjustments in his daily work and preparation, his game is just going like this right now, which is awesome. He's playing hard. He's on the puck for an undersized guy, and then he has the puck more, and then his creativity, his skill can take over. Byro's one of our best players, and so he's a driver for us. And Byro really thrives with intelligent players. That's why he and Rusek play so well together, because Byro's really intelligent, Rusek's really intelligent. Neuchev's a very smart, creative player. Graham Slagert's an extremely intelligent player. And Byro really enjoys playing with him, and that's a real compliment to Graham, that a guy like Byro, here's a guy like Slags has been more fourth line in his career so far in the American League. Toronto last year and with us this year. But he's more than that, right? And there's a reason he was a captain at Notre Dame, was one of the leading scorers. There's a reason he was on the U.S. national team. There's more offense in there. There's more playmaking in there, and there's really good intelligence in there. And I think Byro, now playing with him, can see that and appreciate that and enjoys. Slags also is really good defensively. He's right now, he's also made a big increase in his physical game. He's going from a guy that played hard and smart to a guy that's being hard to play against. And there's a difference. Being hard to play against is you're going to take that extra 2 steps and put the defenseman into the glass just because it might pay off later down the road. Playing hard means you're probably going to peel off there and back check really hard. He's finishing 8 to 10 hard physical hits a game. A couple of those have led to fights. He doesn't need to fight, but that's what happens when you embrace that style. And then he also has the intelligence and playmaking to play with better players. So, I think he's playing the best hockey of his young American League career right now. He's not getting these minutes. We're not giving him to them. He's earning those minutes.
It's probably difficult at this point, late March, to get a guy in the organization that is already familiar with how things have gone over the last couple of years. That's what you're getting by recalling Michael Hauser, right? So what does it mean to have Hauser back in that dressing room?
More than you can explain. It's and his play speaks for itself. He's been a really, really good goalie in the NHL, in the American League, and the East Coast League, wherever he's been. And he usually wins wherever he is. And he's coming off an injury, and he gets a shutout first game back off the injury, and Jacksonville. So, but whatever he means to us on the ice, which is a lot, he means way more in the locker room. He is one of the ultimate glue guys. He is beloved in that room, and he's beloved by me. And he drips with glue, and the more guys you can have like that in your locker room, especially at this time of the year, the better off you are.
Patrick, do you got anything?
Seth, this is maybe more of a general question, but, in this league, we always talk about how, it takes a while to really learn your team and see what you have year to year. At this stage of the year, of the season, what do you like about your team as, you're about 5 weeks or so from playoff time?
Yeah, you're right. I think at the beginning of the year, especially with us, because we're young, and so there's a lot of new prospects coming in, and we're a younger base team. I think at the beginning of the year in the American League, you play with each other. And because everybody in the American League doesn't really want to be there, right? Like the call-up guys want to be in the NHL, or the guys that have been in the NHL in recent years want to be back there. The prospects are trying to get there. You do have a few, not many for us because we're young, a few, older guys that are really happy to be here. But it's an interesting element at the start of the year. And I think I always say to our team that at some point we need to stop being a team that plays with each other and start becoming a team that plays for each other. And that takes time. And because I think to earn that, you have to go through shared adversity together without quitting on each other or having things that derail that on the way. And we're at that stage. We have a lot of guys sticking up for each other. We don't have an enforcer on our team, but if there's a dirty hit on one of our teammates, we have kind of a one goes, all go mentality. We're not a team with a ton of fights, but we've seen more fights lately, making sure that guys are there sticking up for each other. And you could see us becoming more physical, becoming a little better defensively and blocking a lot more shots. So I think that teams that play for each other, they stand up for each other. Teams that play for each other, they block shots for each other. They take hits to make plays for each other. And those things are things we preach all year, but they have to earn that together. And now we're starting to get to that point that you're starting to feel that.
And I guess conversely, consistency is such a challenge in this league as well. With about 5 weeks to go, other than obviously getting a playoff spot, what do you want your team to really shore up so that, once playoff time hits, you're ready to hit the ground running?
Yeah, well, as you said, first of all, we have to earn our way in because our division is the best division in the league right now in terms of the depth, right? Mm-hmm. Our team in last place just swept Hershey over the last 2 weeks. Yeah. And our division is a meat grinder right now. And that's a good thing. It just makes us better because every night is a complete battle. So we've got a lot of work to do still to try to earn our right into the Calder Cup playoffs. A couple things. We need to get our power play more consistent. Our power play hasn't been good enough over the last, 15, 20 games. It's gotten a little better lately, but still we need more consistency out of our power play group. We need our PK to keep trending in that right direction. And then what I'd say is we've made massive steps in our team defense over the last 30 to 40 games, but we need to keep growing with that. Limiting A chances, giving up C chances. We're talented enough offensively that we believe we're going to score, but we don't want to hand out free offense to our opponent because at this time of the year, if you do that, you usually aren't winning games. If you're losing the special teams battle and you're handing out free offense, and to me, free offense is sloppy turnovers that lead to odd man rushes, face-off assignments, taking penalties that are unnecessary. That's giving your opponent free offense. They're going to earn enough because they have good players. So cleaning up the free offense we give away and cleaning up, making sure our special teams is humming. I think if we can do that, we'll put ourselves in a good spot down the stretch.
And just last thing for me, if you had to define kind of a list of a pet peeve of Seth Appert, or pet peeves plural. What are some pet peeves for you as a coach that really kind of get to you?
Probably two biggest ones for me. I can live with, all coaches have their things they have pet peeves on or things they also can live with if you do these things. For me, winning puck battles is one of my number one things. And you're unwilling to do it, I'm not going to like you very much. Doesn't mean you got to be the most physical player in the world, but at the end of the day, the puck's laying between me and another man. I need to win that puck. Because if you win that puck battle, your team gets to play offense, and if you lose that puck battle, your team has to play defense. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter how skilled you are if the other team has the puck, because you're playing defense. Yeah. So that'd be one, and two would be going to the net. I'm a big believer in trying to win the blue paint. Having guys at the net offensively and keeping boxing out defensively. So probably my two biggest ones are puck battles and getting to the net.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Good. Thanks.